Hi, this is Al Kim. Welcome back to my channel. Well, we have an interesting news. The former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO was arrested with his partner and another man in an international sex trafficking investigation. This is coming from ABC News. The arrest took place, I believe, in New York. So this is by Mike Jeffries. No, Mike Jeffries, his partner, and another man arrested by the FBI by ABC News. So former Abercrombie and Finch CEO Mike Jeffries, his partner Matt Smith, and the third man Jim Jacobson were arrested Tuesday as part of a criminal sex trafficking investigation by the FBI and the federal prosecutors in Brooklyn. Ooh. Jeffries allegedly used his powers to exploit dozens of young men over at least 7-year period beginning on late 2008, federal prosecutors said Tuesday in an announced sex trafficking prosecution charges contained in a 16-count indictment. So was these guys on the Diddy list or the Epstein list? We don't know. The former CEO who transformed Abercrombie from a traditional Ohio outfitter into a powerhouse teen fashion brand has been accused in civil lawsuits of exploring young men for sex at parties he hosted at his Hampton Estate in New York, London, Venice, and elsewhere with his partner Smith. The alleged victims had said they were recruited by a middleman, Jacobson. There are 15 alleged victims identified in the indictment as John Doe 1 through 15, but prosecutors and the FBI believe there are a dozen more and asking them to come forward. One of the plaintiffs, Dave Bradbury, a former below-deck crew man, said Jeffries made Abercrombie successful by the over-sexuality of young men. His lawsuit accused Jeffrey Smith and Jacobson and Abercrombie itself of luring attractive young men under the guidance of making them on an Abercrombie model. I'm pronouncing this on purpose wrong because they did something they shouldn't have done. Model, and then forced them to take drugs and perform sex acts. Sounds familiar? Like Sean Diddy Combs. The defendants led the men into believing that attending the events would help their careers, including the chances of getting Abercrombie modeling gigs, or that not complying could harm their prospects, the indictment said. Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson are charged with sex trafficking and interstate prostitution. Ugh. Jeffries was the CEO of one of the most recognizable clothing retailers in the world. He was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men, said the U.S. Attorney, Eastern District of New York, Breon Peace. The defendants pressured the young men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxers known as poppers during the sex events, and they requested that the presence of staff during the sexual activity ensure that the men did not leave the sex event until Jeffries and Smith decided that the session was over. Oh boy. Prosecutor says that Jeffries intentionally targeted heterosexual men who he knew would be unwilling to engage in certain sex acts. When men did not or could not consent, Jeffries and Smith violated the bodily integrity of these men by subjecting them or continuing to subject them into very bad stuff with the human body and other objects. Let me put it that way. Horrible. Federal prosecutor acknowledged that the investigations in January at the alleged victims filed a civil suit a year ago. So the U.S. Eastern excuse me. The U.S. Attorney Office for the Eastern District of New York has launched a criminal investigation of the alleged events occurring discussed in the plaintiff complaints. Well, it is disgusting anyway. Prosecutor said in a court filing, the attorney for the plaintiff, Brad Edwards of Edward Henderson, told ABC News in a statement, as we lay out our lawsuits, this is a Abercrombie-run sex trafficking organization that permitted throughout the company and allowed the 3 individuals arrested today to victimize dozens and dozens of young men, aspiring male models. Jeffries became the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch in 1992 and left in 2014. The New Albany, Ohio-based company declined to comment on his arrest. Gee, I wonder why. Attorney for Smith and Jeffries released the following identical statements. We are responding in detail to the allegations after the indictment is unsealed when it's appropriate, but plan to do so in the courthouse, not in the media. Jeffries will be released on $10 million bond following a brief initial appearance before a federal magistrate in Florida, where he was arrested. He will remain at his Palm Beach home until he is summoned to federal court on Long Island for arraignment. Smith waived pretrial intervention and will be sent to New York and held pending arraignment. So this was a combination of the Associated Press and ABC News with conjunction of ABC Channel 7 local news in New York. So you have a situation where the CEO of a major company was doing what P. Diddy was doing and what Epstein was doing, doing illegal acts with people that may not wanted to do these acts. And unfortunately, these people might be big donors to the Democratic Party, and well, these folks opened up a can of worms when they opened up the lawsuit to allow the E. Jean Carroll to sue Donald J. Trump because they hate him so much by changing the law, allowing a year extension for these things to that happened many years ago to to all of a sudden be put up. What's the word I'm looking for? To file these charges, a lot of people got caught in it. Sean Diddy Combs, I forgot the actor's name, a state senator, of course Trump, and a lot of other people. And unfortunately, they didn't get the way they wanted to get Trump. But unfortunately, they might have screwed their own selves by going after their own people that usually donate to the Democratic Party, like Sean Diddy Combs. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and like I said, a New York State Senator, upstate New York, he got caught. He was one of the guys who sponsored this bill, and now he regrets it because now he's saying the bill is unconstitutional. Well, you voted for it, and you had something like this hiding in your closet. You shouldn't have been voting for it. Sorry. Well, anyway, that's the latest sex scandal. If I have anything else, I'll bring it to you. This is Al Can saying so long for now. Don't forget your stop. And good night.